Let me know your dreams. Let me know your hopes. Let me know what's important to you.
Oh, damn, okay.
I want to know your values. You know, what's
yeah.
important to you.
Okay, this is
What has changed you in life? You know what I mean?
right.
Okay, let's start off with what is your name and where are you from?
Is the audio gonna be okay? Yeah.
I hope so. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I'm pulling up so close to you.
Okay, I got you.
So the audio gets picked up.
Right.
Hopefully this is close enough.
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
So my name is Israel.
Yes.
I live here in New York City. I live in Long Island City.
Uh-huh.
What else? What else
Original New Yorker?
No, I moved here in February
Right.
of 2020.
Right. Oh, so you're
a month
recent.
later,
Right,
yeah, a month
yeah.
later, everything shut down. So
Okay.
it's a suboptimal time
Yeah.
to move to this city.
Oh,
But
you got here right before that.
I accepted a
So
brand new
this
position.
was not what you had in mind.
Nope. I had just gotten out of school. I had accepted my first grown-up job.
Yeah.
I worked it for a month.
Yeah.
And then and then I got laid off.
Oh man. Oh man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But
I
I'm
think-
I'm still loving it. Though.
But I think people want to hear these kinds of stories because
Right.
so many people must have gone through the same thing.
Right.
I mean, maybe not exactly the same thing, but
No.
something similar. And I think one of the things people hope to get out of videos, in general, is like that kind of shared experience,
Sure.
or
Right.
to know that they're not going through it alone.
Alone, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So where are you originally from?
I am from not a very cool place, but Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh, okay. That sounds cool.
I mean, it's
You
not,
got like
it's
cowboys there, oil fields.
not
No?
quite, not quite. Tulsa
Native
is
Americans?
more of a yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of Native American culture,
Yeah.
kind of oil culture in Tulsa specifically, but
Right.
Tulsa's more of a metropolitan area. It's
Uh-huh.
obviously not this big, but
Is that where the Sooners are based out of?
the Sooners are from Norman, Oklahoma,
Okay, so
but it's not too far
exactly.
away. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What was your first impression of New York when you got here? I mean, I know the lockdown happened, but
Yeah, no.
I mean, did you find it to be too noisy? Did you find it to be too crowded? What was your initial response?
Yeah. My initial response was just I was just sort of in awe of everything. I think I wanted to move here since I was about, 12 years old. I just got it in my head that I would move up here, pursue a career in fashion. It's what I studied in school. So, clearly this is like the best place to do that, for that industry. I remember the first night I got here, the plane was flying over the city, and I was just crying on the plane because I was just in awe of everything.
Really?
I'd never been here.
Crying
before.
in a good way?
In the best way. In the best way.
Okay.
I wanted to.
You
move
weren't
here.
disappointed and saying, "Oh my God!"
Right? Yeah. No. My whole life I'd wanted to move here, and I meant to visit before I moved up here a bunch of times, and the plans always fell through. So my first time seeing this place was packing up my things to move here.
Really?
And it
So you
was-
just jumped right in.
Absolutely, yeah. Because it's I just wanted to be here, and then the city was so welcoming. It was, the people were so much nicer than I expected.
Right.
Everything is just so accommodating here, and
Wow.
I
If you believed in God, God was on your side.
Sure, yeah. Some might say that, yeah.
Wow, you are one of the lucky ones.
Yeah.
So many people, I mean, I guess they've had, much more difficult times. I've heard of people getting robbed at the airport,
Right, yeah. No,
having their
you do hear
luggage
these horror
stolen.
stories.
Yeah,
yeah.
getting off the Greyhound. Who knows what happened, right?
Right. No, I had, just a lot of planning went into it, so everything worked
You
out.
did your research.
Yeah, of course.
So anyone watching this, do your research. Don't just come here.
Right, definitely. Yeah.
All right, now what are some of the things you miss about Oklahoma?
I miss the weather. It's, believe it or not, there is a very, very diverse climate there, and one of my favorite things about Oklahoma is the storms.
You'll get tornadoes
it's
out there,
Tornado
too?
Valley.
Right. I
So
heard
there
about that.
are insane storms there, and it's kind of something that you grow up with there, and it's sort of a soothing thing almost. It's
Right.
in an interesting.
Oh, you don't
way.
get scared.
No. It's
So it's not like Dorothy and the
relaxing.
Wizard of Oz.
It's the best thing when you're sitting at home, and it's just you just hear you feel the house shaking because it's so crazy outside, and the thunder is crazy, and you can hear the wind and the rain, and it's just there's something soothing about sitting in a quiet house while that's happening outside of you, and that's just super calm. I don't know why.
Like
that's
you
the
feel
case.
protected
Yeah,
inside.
it just feels nice.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why, but
Right.
I do miss that a lot.
Now, what are some places people need to visit when they go to Oklahoma?
Oklahoma's not the most interesting place.
Really?
But no, I mean,
No, like wildlife. You got any like
so
mountains?
the Wichita Wildlife Refuge is a good place to go. Small mountain range out there. A lot of people go hiking and camping and things.
What about rodeos? You got any rodeos out there?
There are rodeos. This is outside of Tulsa. Tulsa is, like I said, more of the metropolitan area, but in the more rural areas, there's definitely rodeos. There's something called the Watermelon Festival, and it's in Rush Springs, Oklahoma.
Wow.
And if you really like watermelon, it's an entire festival just for that.
Now, is Tulsa an urban city?
Yes.
You have ghettos there, like gangs and stuff?
Right. Yeah.
So
Definitely.
you got it all.
Definitely. Yeah. No. I mean, it's like maybe. I mean, it's not a small city, but it's like a half a million people.
Right.
So
That's a good
it's
size.
it's a decent size.
Yeah. All right, let's go on. Now, if you want to skip any question, just say skip.
Okay, I got you.
Because some people, they get stumped. You know,
Sure,
they don't
yeah,
know what
of
to
course.
say. 3 wishes.
3 wishes.
What would you wish for?
Yeah, I guess. I guess I would wish for. Just like some certainty in my career decision making. I think that I'm lucky enough to sort of have a good firm grasp on like how I'd like to direct the next like decade of my life, right? But I think there's a lot of like opportunities that we're prone to miss because we're not looking for those types of things. So I think if I could wish that like I would be certain about every like career decision and career move I'd make in the future, I think that would be amazing.
You want to be able to see into the future.
Not necessarily see the future, but just to know with my gut that I'm like not missing or like that I'm accepting the right opportunity or pursuing the right path.
Because you don't want to waste like 10 years of your life doing
Exactly,
something that's
right.
leading you down the wrong path.
Exactly, yeah. I think my second wish would be man, I don't know.
We can come back to that if you want.
Well, no. Let me
Okay.
think about
Go
this. My second wish would be to, I think, find like a good, solid group of people to. Since I'm new here, I'm still sort of like meeting new people. I don't know a whole lot of people here. So I think my second wish, as of this moment, this is more of a short-term wish. I think if I could like just meet some really, really cool like long-term, friends, that'd be pretty sick.
Nice social circle.
Yeah, absolutely. Like a good, like a
Make you feel like you're back in Tulsa again.
right, like people I can connect with,
Right.
things of that nature. And then the last one would probably be like. I guess maybe knowledge. Just like I wish. I think that's like the thing right now is I'm anxious to go back to school. I think I value that a lot. But everything is sort of like obviously weird right now with schools and everything. So
With the Zoom and the online
right,
courses.
exactly.
Yeah.
And the student debt crisis sort of like still being the thing, even though you're not getting an in-person education.
Yeah.
So
You don't know what you're investing
right, so I'm
in.
still sort of like keeping my distance from the tertiary education system right now. I think if I could have a wish to have like just an immense amount of knowledge about like a few topics immediately, I think that would be pretty incredible.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned social circle.
Right.
Tell me let the people learn from your mistakes. What have been some mistakes that you've made in trying to create your network?
Right.
Or what has worked and what hasn't worked? Please tell us.
What has worked and what hasn't worked in the context of like meeting new people?
Yeah, creating that perfect social circle.
Right.
Because that's what
Okay.
we all want, right? We want a whole bunch of people that are, supporting us in our times of
Right,
need. And then,
right.
but we also can share our happy memories with, and so on and so forth.
Right.
People we can trust, people that we can, or people that can give us that push when we need it.
Right, yeah, I'm not sure of, if there are any specific mistakes you can make when meeting new people, but I think, obviously just needing to have like a good judge of character is obviously important, but sometimes that can be difficult, but I
But
don't feel like...
let me tell you one thing that I've learned.
Sure.
Stay away from politics.
Oh right, yeah.
Because if you
Yeah.
mix yourself up with people that are too extreme into politics and
Right.
conspiracy theories and all that stuff,
Right.
I don't know. I don't think that's very productive. You see
Oh,
what
I
I'm
think-
saying?
I
And
think
I think it's
that-
polarizing as well.
Right. I think that like in the sort of initial meeting of somebody, maybe what is that? What is the saying? Never discuss politics or religion in good company. It's like you know those things you might say for the people you know really well
Right.
already.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. You might end up
Right. And don't like surround yourself with negative people as well.
definitely positive.
You don't want you don't want to surround yourself with people who are
Right.
assuming bad things about people. I
Right.
got family members who assume the worst things of me.
Absolutely.
I
yeah.
told one of my family members, can I have my mail sent to you, or something
Right.
like, can you receive a package for me? They think
Right.
I'm trying to smuggle some drugs into their
Right,
house.
Yeah.
I think
No, that's
you don't want to mess around with those kinds of people. Don't
course,
waste your
yeah.
time.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I
So
think
have you got any
definitely
words of advice?
positivity. I think like-minded people. It's like that is
Yeah.
the most valuable thing.
Uh-huh.
To find people that
Right.
sort of process information the
Uh-huh.
same way you do, and
Yeah.
and people who can disagree with you, but like
Mhm.
still be civil about it, and
Uh-huh.
still like value your opinion.
Yeah.
It's like these are incredibly valuable
Right.
things.
And another thing that I learned from doing these videos was
Yeah.
people who are too suspicious of others are not gonna. They're not gonna be very good
Right.
company, because like
Right.
they think that people are out to get them, and then
Right.
they're suspicious of other people.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: were you peer pressured when you were growing up, and how did you respond to it?
Peer pressured?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, tell us
100%
about
I
that.
was. I was sort of, I guess, willingly pressured into doing a lot of things. I mean, I was really rebellious from the ages of like 10 to 16-ish. How did I respond to them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just caved in.
I just went right to it because I was interested
Mhm.
in trying new things,
Right.
especially things that would make my dad angry.
It fell
or
in line
something
with
like
your rebellious nature.
that. Right, exactly. Yeah.
So it wasn't a problem for you.
No. I feel like I've been, I guess, lucky enough to have like a solid shoulder on my head. So I've never done anything that put my life or anybody's life in jeopardy, or like anything that would sacrifice my future or anything like that.
Okay, next question.
Yeah.
What's been a game changer in your life? Anything that happened to you that made you want to live your life a little bit differently? Change your diet, maybe. Quit smoking, quit drinking, anything like that. Some people, they get into a car accident and then they decide that they want to start working out and keep strong
Right.
physically.
Definitely physical activity, like physical fitness, is a game changer. But I feel like that's sort of the basic answer. I think in my life specifically, this is gonna sound crazy, but we all go through like these bouts of like depression, and it's like super common for everybody,
Right.
Especially in the current like political climates.
Yes.
And I learned about, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, I learned to sort of embrace my depression. And now I think I sort of thrive when I'm depressed, and now everything's going pretty well in my life. And I kind of wish I was depressed again, because that was such a game changer for me.
So you turned it around.
Right, was like redirecting this depressed angst into creative energy to help pursue my career, which like I 100% believe that my depression like 2 years ago is what brought me to where I am now. So embracing your own sadness, like connecting with your own feelings.
Wow.
I think that's a huge game changer.
Your answer is one of a kind, let me tell you that.
Cool. Okay. That's cool.
Next question. How important is marriage to you?
I'm not sure what the word is for like so not important that I never think about it. I don't know. Trivial. I think that would be a good word for it.
Okay.
Marriage is a very trivial topic for me. I think it's sort of an outdated tradition, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I intend to have a lifelong partner at some point, but
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if we'll get married. I mean, maybe there's tax benefits for it, but
Yeah.
it's
Or just like a lot of people get pressure from their family as well.
right. Exactly. No, I'm definitely.
Or you're somehow an embarrassment to people if you're not married somehow.
Right, I think that's becoming sort of an outdated, ideology as time is going on. I think a lot
Even
more
in the
people-
conservative Oklahoma.
No, definitely, definitely. I think even in places like Oklahoma, there's a lot more liberal ideology than you think, especially
Really?
in the larger cities.